Are we officially live? Holy cow.
Whoa!
This is awesome. Snowman Jones here. Let me turn down the volume a little bit. Which one is this?
Amy!
And we are watching Ryback versus CM Punk. Is it Ryback or Ryback?
I don't know who Ryback
right?
is. I've just heard that he looks like you apparently. I've gotten some comments.
I don't buy it. But
several people have said that
the shitty half beard.
You look like a small Ryback. He's obviously much larger than you.
Ryback on crack is not what I want to hear from you.
Did someone say Ryback on crack?
One guy, and this video's for you, buddy.
That's so funny.
So for those of you and don't flash the audience. Are you wearing panties today? Whatever you're doing, make sure you have a blanket over. This is our first attempt at a live video. We're watching CM Punk and Ryback, and it's mostly our commentary. You don't have to watch along, but it's cool to hear.
Yeah.
And like I said, we had a few people say I look like Ryback, so I thought we would play CM Punk versus Ryback in Hell in a Cell.
For me to see, because I'm not seeing it right now. I just see this big bald man that looks nothing like you.
Yeah.
But
so if you can lead the conversation for 1 second, I'm going to see if I can reply to live comments. If you're here, please live comment.
Oh my goodness, I didn't know that we had that technology.
I don't know if we have this technology, but it says we're live.
It's exciting. So they're in the Hell in a Cell match. I've seen cells with Mick Foley and the Undertaker and stuff. What did we do?
Nothing. So,
okay.
So you saw Hell in a Cell match.
Yes, is this a Hell in a Cell?
This is a Hell in a Cell, yeah. So
this is how those matches are supposed to go when you're not on top of them throwing people off. Like,
and
this is what it would normally be.
I feel like they don't throw people off of them as often anymore.
As often? Like, not at all. They don't do it
I mean, I'm not going to say not at all, but I mean, just not, they'll put a crash pad. It's a little less. I think Shane McMahon got thrown off of one recently.
Okay.
So
that'd be fun to see.
He got thrown off a cage, something. People can correct me. You have the internet, please chime in for me. So yeah, we decided we would watch this entire match.
I want to see Ryback turn around and see if he looks like you.
Have you heard of CM Punk before?
I've heard of him.
Okay, and he's under the ring and he's spraying a fire extinguisher. What do you know about CM Punk?
Nothing.
Nothing good. So,
tell me.
Well, I mean, he is not as big of a guy.
Okay.
He definitely rose to prominence,
He's got some cool tattoos going on.
He's actually got a Pepsi tattoo on one of his arms, which is kind of interesting. I'm more of a Coke guy. I'm more of a Coke guy. He seems like he's lacerated, like he got cut up in this. And now he's left WWE in kind of a lot of turmoil, right? Like he left upset, lawsuits, lots going on.
Whoa, that sounds like drama, like I want to know.
Yeah, so he left there. I think they sent him a subpoena or fired him, something like that, on his wedding day to a really hot female wrestler named AJ Lee. A lot of bad blood, and he got picked up by Fox Sports to report on wrestling when they got a Fox Sports contract. So there's a whole bunch of layers to CM Punk.
Yeah, that all sounds really interesting. I love the behind the scenes stuff and learning the different layers and kind of figuring out other stuff.
So again, for people joining us right now, we're testing live feed because what we'd like to do... SummerSlam live. We'd like, maybe if you're watching SummerSlam on the WWE Network,
like a watch party
you could have us in the background. So what is that? Harley Fife says, "Hey Amy Bass, I think you are very beautiful."
Aw, cute.
Thank you. Now let's see... what did we do?
CM Punk has very small,
smaller frame.
No, I meant pants. Like he has small bottom.
There's one or two matches, I think, at WrestleMania where he wore kind of Macho Man inspired, like purple with the stars, like Macho Man, and did the elbow drop and everything because he's a huge Macho Man fan.
I like.
So we like him for that. Yeah. He's a comic book nerd. He's very intelligent, well worded, and this is my own conjecture. Is when WWE had a kind of a steroid concussions after Benoit killed his family, etc., etc.
They kind of propped him.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
He was like, as soon as all that happened, they look, our guys don't use steroids. There's CM Punk as our champion.
His body is reminiscent of like Macho Man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because he has like that kind of he's obviously very fit and athletic, but it's almost every man. Like like you
Yes.
kind of feel, I mean, I'm not a boy, but I
Yeah.
feel like that's an attainable physique for the average dude.
Particularly me. It's about as good as I could look.
I don't think I could see you as Ryback, who
No.
is a monster, and he's
Yeah.
just like very scary person that's like slamming the screen,
Yeah.
and somehow actually does look like you.
Yeah.
Like, he really does. Like
Stop.
he's so much bigger.
I don't need this. So much bigger, yeah. And I believe, folks, if you do leave comments in the live chat, we can see them pop up on screen. So we'll try to, yes, RJ puppies. We do get that comment a lot, don't we?
Yeah, heard that
So,
a couple times.
That happens.
Hey, Biscuit, come here. You want to say hi?
No, Biscuit's going to be on live
Come
TV.
here.
I don't know. It's a lot of noise.
Come on.
So, what did we watch today? And Super Marky says, greeting guys. I still say Benoit WrestleMania, there's a story. I don't think he wants to come over. Yeah.
Oh, he hates me. And you told me I cannot show my panties
I mean, she
on
can.
live TV.
Like, I mean, you can. And are there pandas? She's off to see Biscuit. Oh, jeez. So, let's see. Next comment.
Say hi, Biscuit.
Seems you pick and choose who you answer. We just get whatever ones pop up. So, I'm not exactly
sorry.
sure which ones pop up, but we answer whatever ones pop up. Channel got renamed. So yeah, that is a story. This channel was wrestling podcasts, and because you guys seem to really like Amy, we changed it to Wrestling with Amy. And I think you are the on-screen talent. You're replying to a lot of comments, and it's kind of fun, right?
Yeah, I don't know what goes on behind the scenes, but one day it was Wrestling with Amy, and that seemed pretty cool.
Yeah, and you do like it's fun to see you react. Our most popular recent video was you reacting to Mick Foley falling off a cell.
That was insane.
Because
That
it was
insane.
a genuine reaction.
Yeah, and we got a lot of comments, people saying like it made them remember, kind of the first time they saw that, which is just like, what?
Yeah, RJ says thanks. We were fun when we were live. Well, thank you, RJ.
Hey.
And again,
so if you wanted to watch SummerSlam with us next
Yeah.
week, I don't know if you're watching, you should come then because I don't know, I think it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, Double A says we should react to every Raw intro. So you saying old Raws or current Raws?
I think that's I like that because the intro is like the best part.
Yeah, the whole just okay. Why not?
I was thinking about I like the promos, so a lot of the old, the classic promo stuff is really fun. I think that's where I kind
Thank
of
you, Anthony.
really liked Ric Flair. Because when I saw him wrestle the first time, I didn't get the energy. I didn't really like him. But then he showed me some of his old promos, and I was like, nope, I love Ric Flair. He's awesome.
So that's a fun comment that you make. Is like the first time you saw Ric Flair was against who?
Macho
Like in
Man.
wrestling. Okay, Macho versus Ric Flair at WrestleMania. Was that 7? Again, I don't have the internet in front of me, so correct me if I'm wrong.
I think so. Yeah.
But that was kind of a boring match for somebody who is new to wrestling. I mean, those guys put on a good match.
Right. Like you said, it was probably a lot of very technical wrestling, and they did a good job, but I got bored with it, and it just wasn't what I thought Ric Flair's personality was going to be.
Oh, yeah. Double A says we should react to a Dusty Rhodes promo. Do you know anything about the American Dream Dusty Rhodes? That's Gold Dust's father, a heavier guy.
No, not at all. What did you do an
The
accent?
American Dream Dusty. He's got a little bit of a
An
lip. He's got like a
accent?
shell kind of lisp. So
Okay.
he's a lot of fun.
You told me about what is his name? Jarrett?
Jeff Jarrett.
Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah,
I want to see that one.
I-
You promised a horse and other cool stuff.
She wanted to see Jeff Jarrett come out on the white horse and do the whole strut and the cowboy hat that lit up, but I don't know where that is. So if
so
you know where it is,
I
comment.
want to see the whole thing. He's
Yeah.
from Nashville. I'm from Nashville. I think
Yeah.
it'd be fun.
But you and I watched, we're going back to Ric Flair, you and I watched off TV, and we shouldn't watch any off TV. We had a couple off camera.
Yeah.
But we watched Ric Flair do a Monday Nitro promo with Mean Gene Woman and Miss Elizabeth, and it was awesome.
He was a crazy person. It was amazing.
So, Double A asked, who are your favorite wrestlers of all time? And I assume that's aimed at her because nobody knows me.
First is definitely The Undertaker, and I really like Macho Man too. So those are my
You're too
top
big.
two. After seeing the Mick Foley Hell in the Cell match, I really like him a lot too.
Yeah.
I think that was crazy. It's not the type of wrestling that I want to watch all the time, but it made me respect him for just being in the sport, and And every time I've heard interviews and behind the scenes with him, I've really liked him as a person too. So I want to like kind of learn more about him. I didn't really connect with the Cactus Jack or the Dude Love gimmicks really.
Maybe in time.
Maybe, but I think I definitely want to see more of Mick as just a writer and a commentator and stuff. Like as a personality, I like him.
One person just said, I saw it pop up, NWO for life. We haven't seen much NWO yet. You saw Hulk Hogan turn to the NWO.
That you used to have a bunch of fish named after the NWO.
Yeah.
So I think it's fun.
Yeah. The other thing I want to show you is Sting and his progression into this Dark Crow gimmick.
Yep.
And I don't know exactly how to present that to her. So if you know, please tell us.
Yeah, because Sting, when you first mentioned Sting,
CIA
I was
party,
like,
I read that. We'll address that. Go ahead. Sting?
Sting, I was definitely like, I thought you were talking about like the singer or something. Because we had just recently watched like an ICP match. And I was kind of thinking like, whoa, did Sting wrestle? Like, because we'd kind of seen some pop culture, Donald Trump in wrestling and, you know, kind of...
Yeah.
The pop culture.
You did want to see more pop culture.
Like, wait, did Sting wrestle? Like, is Sting a wrestler?
Sting, WCW Sting is different than Sting, the musician. And so on screen, we're watching Ryback versus CM Punk in the background. Somebody addressed One Night in China. We're going to get to that, so stick around, don't leave us. But the referee in here, I think, is Brad Maddox, who is the guy who was kind of cuckolded with Paige, and he was all the leaked videos and stuff. So he was the referee here. I think he becomes a wrestler. I think that's him right there. So.
Oh wow! There's a lot of like cheating and affairs and cuckolding going on in wrestling. Because I thought you were gonna say we recently watched Edge and Lita and like that kind of drama. So I thought that's who you were gonna talk about. But that was a whole nother.
Yeah, Edge and Lita was. We watched the Edge and Lita. We haven't debuted the video. We still have to edit it. But you were kind of disappointed in that.
Yeah, it was cheesy.
It was gratuitous.
Yeah, like I wasn't offended by it, but it was kind of like there's no point.
There's your biscuit.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, it just seemed unnecessary. Like they pushed like, ooh, we're being sexy, we're touching each other.
We're doing something scary. I likened it, I think, in the video to like Miley Cyrus twerking at the VMAs.
It's too much.
Where it's just like, I don't care that you did it, but who cares? You know, like it's not really that scandalous.
So again, we're doing this live to test if we should do SummerSlam. I think it's Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre. So
I've heard good things about Randy Orton. Girls like him.
Yeah. Get condensed stories. What does that mean, Super Marky? What are condensed stories? So another I think maybe watch the little like promos that gives.
Oh yeah.
So One Night in China. Have you seen that?
No.
And
that's
that's the adult movie with China. Okay. Yeah, the original
It sounds like the name of a porno, but I don't want to have my mind in the gutter if that's not what it is.
Absolutely. And CM Punk is now climbing to the top of the cage in the background. Biscuit does have the right idea. He's a very smart man. In the background, we're watching Ryback versus CM Punk, but this is more just discussion and trying to answer your questions.
And so Ryback is a huge man.
It's going to take him a while to get up the cage.
His shoulders are just like on top of more shoulders.
On the Hell in a Cell that we're watching in the background, it's interesting to point out, see, they cut holes in the fence so they can climb up easier now. Because when you saw Mick Foley do it in Undertaker, it was so hard for them to get their big feet in the little holes.
Yeah, you're right.
So you have or haven't seen China's adult videos?
I haven't.
Okay, that's good thinking.
I think I've probably seen some, like I haven't seen the whole movie. I've probably seen her at some point.
You know, you guys asked. So go ahead and leave your comments if they pop up on screen. We'll answer them.
I specifically told myself that I was not going to mention anything about any adult-related things because we're live, and they like baited me in because we can't edit this when I say something inappropriate.
I don't think you said anything inappropriate. But yeah, feel free to leave your comments. We're testing the waters for doing a live SummerSlam. So RJ Slim, is this the match where Ryback supposedly injured CM Punk and shortened his career? I'm not sure. This is
Ryback seems to be doing a hulking up thing here.
Yeah. Hell in a Cell 2012. So if somebody can look that up and leave us a comment, CM Punk when he left, he really has a bitter real life feud with Ryan Reeves Ryback. And I can tell you that I knew Ryback when he was known as Skip Sheffield in FCW, Florida Championship Wrestling. And his first gimmick, you want to guess what his first gimmick was? I'll give you a hint.
Okay, give me a hint.
He is a huge Arnold Schwarzenegger fan.
So he's like a bodybuilder or something?
Maybe not his first gimmick, but his first gimmick in FCW was he was the Terminator. He would come out like kind of like all robot-y and like wearing the leather jacket and like the leather pants or the black pants and stuff. He was the Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator.
That's bad.
He had like a
That's
crew
so
cut.
bad. That's weird because he kind of has like too many teeth, so I can see him saying like weird like
I'll be back.
Yeah, like I could see it.
And she says, "Are you going to react to Stacy Keibler? Only PG version of ECW. I missed that. Are you going to react to Stacy Keibler?"
Ooh, what about Stacy Keibler?
Well, she was the one that we pointed out dated George Clooney for a while. Real tall, very attractive.
Yeah, we saw her in like a promo with Edge or something. She was
Yeah.
kind of behind the scenes.
Oh yeah, she was there. I can't remember what we watched.
Yeah.
So would you be interested in watching more Stacy Keibler?
Yeah.
Who was your favorite women's wrestler, diva, or person you've seen so far? You've only seen so many.
I like Mae Young. I know that's not like the sexy answer or whatever. She just seems fun. But what was the
You saw
name?
Stacy the Cat Carter.
Yeah, I liked her. She
was
just
cute.
She took her top off. I don't think she was supposed to.
You liked her southern accent. You were surprised by that. Her Tennessee accent.
Yeah, I was very surprised. I had no idea.
And
And
then
then you have an idea how someone's going to talk or look or sound, and then she busted that out, and it was surprising.
Mae Young is awesome. We agree, Eli. Glow. There was just somebody who said Glow. Maybe we missed some of the other comments. We should watch just
Glow,
in
is
our
that
own
like
time.
the show? Like
Gorgeous
Glow?
Ladies of Wrestling was a wrestling organization,
yeah.
but now it's a Netflix show.
Yeah.
It's got 2 or 3 seasons in, and it is really good. So we should watch that in our spare time, I think.
We were talking about you were kind of trying to give me the breakdown on like what the Bella twins are because I haven't seen them yet.
Yeah.
And kind of give me the difference between like Brie and Nikki is the other one, right? Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
And Brie is the
Thank
one
you,
that's
Harley.
a little more. She's with Daniel Bryan and kind of maybe
More green and granola-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah. So personality-wise, I think I like Brie.
Yeah.
Nikki, I think, is a lot more attractive, but I would like you to see them at some point as
Yeah.
well. What did you think of Sable? You watched a Sable match.
Yeah.
What did you think of her?
I liked her.
You liked her, but she wasn't anything.
She didn't.
Okay. And then Luna Vachon was interesting. She had a cool
Luna
look.
was really interesting. She had a lot of cool stuff going on.
Yeah. Bella Twins gotta go there, overrated.
Yeah.
Says Ion Art. I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah, they seem very even like it's weird because like they look alike as twins, but they also look alike every girl I've ever seen on Instagram. You know,
Oh,
like they just
Yeah.
are
I'm
so
not a big
generic that I don't know. I haven't. There hasn't been anything that's drawn me to wanting to watch them.
And you saw, as somebody pointed out, Jacqueline.
Oh, yeah.
I forget what she was in. Was she in a
I
bikini
only saw
match?
a bikini match, I think, or no, like an evening gown. They ripped off dresses and stuff.
She is a very good wrestler. Like, she's very
Her
entertaining.
body is amazing.
Yeah, no, she
it's
was in
just-
great shape.
Wow.
I haven't seen her lately, but I think I've heard that she's just in the same shape, even though she's
I could
55
see
years
her
old
just,
or
like,
something.
Never changing.
Yeah, never aging. Yeah, there's a lot of really, really talented women's wrestlers, and we just watched. We haven't uploaded it yet, so make sure to subscribe, click the notification bell, etc., etc., etc. But indie wrestling, we're going to show the full match in the corner of the
yeah.
screen, or half and half, or
Do you
something.
guys watch indie wrestling at all? That's like kind of what we're trying to figure out.
Yeah, would you watch it if we did it live and you could actually watch the full match?
Because I've been really liking watching some of his full matches, and I'm just like, I can't believe this exists. Like, that's amazing.
Yeah, this is TNA had a good ladies division. TNA was owned by the Jarrett family at one point, and bought by Panda Energy or something, which is a fun name. And they're out of Orlando. I used to go to them. They're at Universal Studios for the longest time. I don't know where they are now. Honestly, I don't follow.
The indie stuff just seems like anything could happen there. There's no rules. It's just chaos.
But we just watched Santana, was with NXT and WWE for a bit. I don't know if she's still there, and she was taking on Christina Von Eerie, who has a great mohawk and cool tattoos, and she's just tough and a cool name.
Yeah.
Total
very
Morticia
cool name.
Adams type of
Very
name.
Cool. I like it.
Will you guys react to Total Nonstop Action Impact? If you guys give us some matches to watch, we'll look them up. They're not on WWE Network. And who are our favorite British wrestlers? Do you know of any British wrestlers?
Paige is the only one I know of. I know it's probably not the right
You saw
answer.
Loch Ness is from Great Britain.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay. Those are my two then, because they're the only ones I know.
Yeah. Is there anyone in the Knockouts division? We've had a couple comments about the TNA Knockouts division, so if there are particular wrestlers we should look up, let us know.
Yeah, for sure. Like, who's your favorite? I would be interested in checking it out.
I feel like it would be fun to get your reaction to Rick Rude, who almost had like a stripper.
That's a cool name. I like it.
He had a stripper feel. Like, he was always like making out with girls and had really good 80s abs and had Tom Selleck mustache. I think I should go with the Tom Selleck mustache.
You know who has like the most stripper vibe though is Brutus the Barber. He shouldn't be a stripper though, but he is. He's definitely a stripper.
So Conrad Thompson always calls him Brutus the effing Barber, right? And he doesn't like him. He doesn't like the gimmick. Something, I don't know. Maybe they got to run in together. They've got a very unique relationship.
Okay.
And he's like, I don't know what he is. He's a barber. Like, I don't get it. Like I said, like you said, I think he's a stripper. I think he's a stripper who plays the part of a barber. Like, there's a fireman stripper and a barber stripper.
I don't think there's a barber stripper, but I think he got it in his head somewhere along the way that his character was a stripper. Or
maybe.
Like, he's like, I stripped my way through hair school or something.
For sure. We have one person saying we should look at Val Venus and Gail Kim.
Oh, yeah, Val Venus is the one that is like the porn star.
Can we say that?
I don't know if that,
we watched a match with him, but we didn't show our faces on that. That was early on. So look through the channel and find Val Venus and your first reaction to Val Venus.
Yeah, that was before we were brave enough to.
No, we don't care.
Live, yeah.
ODB is one person. I think it stands for Old Dirty. It's a female wrestler. She's kind of trailer trash, and she was in TNA wrestling, and she was a lot of fun.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
I literally just understood like TNA wrestling. Is that supposed to be
total nonstop action? But it was when it came out of Double Entendre because it was during the Attitude Era, and Vince Russo, who somehow, how do I get her to know what a Vince Russo is and teach a little bit more about it?
Is that the writer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because a lot of people hate and have serious feelings about Vince Russo, but as somebody who just watches the occasional wrestling, so how do you know what a Vince Russo is? I think we probably have to go back to WCW and see him there kind of just destroy the company. Well, let's see. Well, so many texts coming up. Russo killed the business as Double A, and there was a couple more up there that I didn't get to read.
So is Russo one that he was a writer for the original WWE and then was picked up by WCW, maybe promoted more than he should have been?
Above his grade? What is the term you use for that?
Is that the Peter Principle? I think,
you know it if it is. She can't play dumb. She's really smart.
I think it's the Peter Principle where, you might be an excellent writer and then you get the next position up where you're managing and that's just, you're not competent enough to do that.
Yeah, I think that's a good example. Double A again. Russo doesn't understand pro wrestling, period. Okay. So Vince Russo started off as a writer for WWE Magazine, did really well with that. And Vince McMahon kind of brought him up into the writing team. And then sooner or later it was just Vince McMahon and Vince Russo. And, there was different mixes of the team. So, and so when WCW had some issues with their management, Eric Bischoff and the team, AOL Time Warner said, who can we get over from WWE? Who's helping Vince McMahon write all those scripts? And they hired away Vince Russo at an enormous contract and literally put him in charge. And what AOL Time Warner, in my opinion, seems to do wrong with Eric Bischoff and Russo is they got people who had ideas,
right?
But maybe weren't businessmen.
Yeah.
So that was my 2 cents. And Russo, unchecked, made himself, I don't know if he made himself WCW champion, booked himself on TV where he'd never been on TV before.
No, that's just
had too much ego where he's like, I'll put myself on TV and I'll make myself the center of attraction because Vince McMahon did that and was successful.
Do you think that was him that was kind of no, never mind. I guess it was WWE at that time that was kind of writing sort of mean stuff about WCW.
They were both doing it. They were both doing it.
Kind of. Because I don't think when they were mean-spirited back and forth, some of it is really, really funny, like that I've seen.
Billionaire Ted?
Yeah, Billionaire Ted, making fun of Hulk Hogan and stuff. I mean, some of it was funny, but it just didn't look mature or professional or, it was just...
When they're asking... Double A, she doesn't know Bischoff and Heyman that well, so I don't think she can weigh in on that. The question was Bischoff or Heyman. Yeah. But, like, one of the things that Vince Russo did is kind of like a jab at WWE. Yeah. Jim Ross was their main announcer and very beloved. Everyone loves Jim Ross. Hugely popular. Yeah. had Bell's palsy, so he had essentially a stroke on half of his face. Was very,
Yeah.
And so Vince Russo had his buddy Ed Ferrer, one of his writers and good friends, go on TV and do an impersonation of Jim Rouse with did the whole stroke gimmick on live TV, tried to make him a bad guy.
No, that's tacky.
Booked his friend to wrestle women just so he could wrestle women, made him the women's champion with a stroke and a bad accent, and called him, someone leave a comment, what did, they called him Oklahoma. Because Jim Ross from Oklahoma is very proud of his state. Wore the hat, dressed like him, and did a bad Jim Ross impression on live TV.
So they just alienated every single person that is a fan of Jim Ross or Oklahoma or women's wrestling.
Or has had a stroke. Yes, it was awful. Horrible. Or Bell's palsy.
Or just anyone with
common sense,
decency. Is you don't make fun of stuff like that.
So there's a reason why everybody seems to hate Vince Russo.
Yeah.
So people pick...
He sounds like a real dick.
Yeah. So, So just off of the wrestling topic again, we're kind of testing live, and we appreciate it. What did we watch today? We watched Captain Marvel.
Yes.
And what else did we watch today?
Oh my god, that movie was so bad. What was it? Zombieland Double Tap. The second one.
2.
We're late. We don't know what's going on.
Zombieland was not nearly as good as I hoped. Zombieland 2.
Oh, so bad.
And Captain Marvel, the origin story was so...
I can't get through it.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
So, anyway, folks, let's see. Double A again with the question. I find it odd to get to see someone to get into wrestling after they were a child, relative to a child.
Oh, I couldn't. I can't read it. I can't see anything. Sorry. No. So if you comment and I don't catch it, I'm relying on him to read quickly because
I'm a very slow reader.
I would be squinting and don't want to see that.
So anyway, folks, thank you again for joining us. If you have any questions, leave them below. Comments, leave them below. No Holds Barred. Watch No Holds Barred. The Hulk Hogan movie, remember? Where him versus Zeus?
Yes, I really want to see that one. I saw the trailer and I loved it already. So I was already yep, I'm in.
I'm not sure how we do that. I would like to watch, the 30 for 30 with Ric Flair, but I don't know how maybe we watch it and then discuss it afterwards live?
Yeah,
or we watch the, Dark Side of Wrestling, some of that, Ready to Rumble.
I want to see The Wrestler because I recently learned Marissa Tomei is super hot and she's apparently in that movie. And
yeah, she's a dancer in that movie. Yeah. And I think she's well into her 40s and just really fit. Very impressive. And the performance is good. I'm not sure where we can stream that, but we'll have to check that out. Mm-hmm. And the other thing that a couple people have left comments is they want us to watch, because we watched a whole series of Macho Man Hulk feud.
Yeah.
We forgot to watch SummerSlam 89, which is Macho Man Randy Savage with Zeus from No Holds Barred.
Yes.
Versus Brutus the Effin' Barber and Hulk Hogan.
Yes, I'm in.
And a couple people have asked, Anthony Smith is one right now, who's asked, do you have any social media for us to follow?
Just this right now. I'm not a big social media person, but I'm kind of thinking about maybe doing an Instagram or something. Yeah. I've been really I love memes or anything funny, so I think it'd probably be me mainly bullshitting and
pictures
wrestling
of your dog.
Memes and pictures of my dog.
You haven't seen enough biscuits.
It wouldn't be, probably wouldn't be very entertaining, but if I do decide to get an Instagram, I'll let you guys know for sure. Okay,
fantastic. So make sure to check out our comment page. We try to tell what's going on. Yeah. Again, leave us a comment below if you're going to watch SummerSlam. A lot of our fans are nostalgia fans. They're not going to watch SummerSlam this Sunday. But if you're going to watch SummerSlam, should we watch it with you? That would be great.
I'm trying to get into the newer stuff. So far, I haven't seen anything that I liked. But I liked how they did The Undertaker, WrestleMania this year.
That was good.
I don't know how they're going to do it.
It was kind of a nostalgia match, though.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to do with COVID, so I don't know.
You haven't seen any how they're doing with COVID matches?
No.
So you'll have to rate it. I've been watching the NBA lately, and it's fascinating to see how they've done screens of fans.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see it from that aspect and maybe see something that I can connect with that I like, because I want to like the newer stuff too, but I just haven't yet.
I think we all want to like the new stuff, but I'm watching it as long as it's the free wrestling channel, okay? And Super Marquee says we should do SummerSlam, so we'll see. And if we don't do SummerSlam, we'll do SummerSlam 89 coming up. I know this week we have Christina Von Eerie versus Santana coming up as the next video in 2 days. Okay. And then we do have a bunch of you just wearing a sports bra and an impromptu.
That
was my bad. I didn't tell her where.
I got done at the gym and he was just like, "Hey, watch wrestling with me," and I think it might be see-through. I don't know.
It is. We have to censor, or we're going to get a lot of fans, and then our channel's going to get shut down because it is definitely. We had some lights on. It was too much.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess that's it. Thanks again for watching. Make sure to click like and subscribe.
Guys.
This is Adam.
Amy.
Adios, amigos. I have to click out.